Chairs. Thank you, Larry, my assistant. Also, Leslie's husband. Thank you. This is a restaurant, and I am Forrest's ex-girlfriend. Yes, it's true. And and this is my new boyfriend. We're on a date and enjoying dinner. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Oh, and it has a leak. I'm never coming here again. This restaurant, I tell you. So you're all in the restaurant. And we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I don't know. I heard good things about this place. The shrimp I heard is pretty good. Yeah. I want to get that. I was impressed too. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We should get again. Really good stamp.
Next year. Same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shoot. Oh, hey, Barb. Sorry to interrupt your date. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How's it going? You having a good time on a date?
So far, so
with,
good.
With my girlfriend? Huh? Yeah? Yeah,
Your
okay, great. Good for you. Anyway, Barb, I asked your roommate Trish where you'd be, and here I am. So, you don't mind if I sit down, do you? No? Okay, great. Thanks. Listen, Barb, I can explain my absence over the past 3 months. Really. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever met in my entire life. And that can be a little bit scary. I mean, take a look at that guy. He's terrified. Okay, you know how I ran out on you on dinner a few months ago? Of course you remember. What am I talking about? Look, I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just scared. There's something I really wanted to tell you that night. And I just chickened out. I choked big time. So I went home and I cried. I wept, okay? I wept for this woman. I wept for her. She's worth it. Don't judge me. You know me, I'm not a crier, but there I was reduced to tears because I didn't have the courage to tell you what I wanted to tell you. So I turned on the TV, and there was this documentary about these guys who were climbing Mount Everest. Oh, what, you've seen it? Yeah? Okay, yeah, good for you. Okay, great. Anyway, it occurs to me, why can't I be more like them? These mountain men, they've stared death in the face, Barb, and there's no way they'd be anxious to ask you what I... Anyway, I started thinking to myself, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest. I'm gonna climb Mount Everest, because if I do, then little things like this in front of all of you, yeah, this will be a cakewalk. This is nothing, okay? Everest. I know I should have told you, but I just went. Next thing I know, I'm 25,000 feet in the air, and I'm trapped in a tent with some mountaineer named Gus. There's 100-mile-per-hour winds, and there's grapefruit-sized rocks being thrown through the air, and there's these sheets of ice flying around, and still all I could think about was you. Just rehearsing this moment in my head over and over again. Every hour, Gus or I have to climb out of the tent and just shovel snow into the screaming wind, because if we don't, the snow's going to bury us, it's going to cut off our air supply, it's going to slowly asphyxiate us, and still all I could think about was you. And in this moment, it's still not getting any easier. After 4 days, the storm finally passed. 4 days in that fresh hell for her, because she's worth it, Barb. The storm passes and we make our way to the top. And I stare out over the summit. It's the highest point on Earth. And you can see this kind of endlessness in every direction. You get this sense that you're like a god. I even had Gus call me Zeus. And it was in that moment, staring out over my kingdom, I had the most amazing, revelation. And you men all know what I'm talking about. There is nothing in the world more frightening than a beautiful woman, is there? Barbara, my dear, my love, I've stared death in the face, just like those guys in that documentary. And trust me, this moment